Hi, hello. How are you today, Jared?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you so much for accepting this invitation so that we'd like to hear more from you about what you do. But before that, I do want to introduce you first because right now we are live, not just on Facebook, but we're also live on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, and on LinkedIn all at the same time. So, first, to everyone watching, I would like to introduce to you Jared Brenchley. He is a challenge solver, right? And he helps people solve their real estate challenges in order to get more money and peace of mind. So I believe he has helped a lot of people to quickly sell their homes.
Mhm.
And you are also a realtor with EXP Realty.
Yes, I'm a realtor, but I got my license not to be a realtor, mostly so I don't have to deal with realtors. If that makes any sense at all.
It does. It does. So, yeah, you're more focused in investing,
Exactly.
right? You're passionate about what matters most, and that's helping and mentoring those who are new in the real estate
Yeah.
investing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's one thing I really like. I mean, can I tell you a little bit of my story? Is that okay?
Yes. Yes, please go ahead. That is actually my first question. Like, can
Oh,
you tell us
okay.
about what you do? Yeah.
Yeah. So I've only been investing in real estate for about 4 years now, and before that, I was actually a Walmart manager for golly,
Oh,
I would say 12 years to be
okay. Wow.
I was working at Walmart, and I was working salary, so I was working 60, 70 hours a week, and I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. So when my wife got pregnant with our third child, she's now four, something clicked in me. Is like I remembered all the things I missed in my first two kids, like the first
Mm,
steps, the first words, because I was working, especially during holidays. If anybody's worked in retail, they understand that the holidays is time for the
yes.
business, not for your family. So I knew something had to change. So I got into real estate. I got connected to a community. They taught me everything I needed to know. And within a year of starting it, I was able to quit my job after 12 years. And
Oh,
then since
excellent.
then, I've closed on close to over 50 transactions. Uh, 2020 and 2021 has been the best year and a half I've ever had. It's just
All
been booming.
right.
So, and it's really cool being able to help other people start their journey along the way the same way as me. So, it's pretty cool. Just in the last 4 months, I've acquired 10 more rental properties. That's given me consistent passive income. It's pretty amazing to say the least. But yeah, that's how I got to where I'm at right now. A lot of hard work and kicking
Very
butt.
true. But I'm happy for you. 2020 and 2021, right?
Has
Best
been the
years
best,
so far.
absolutely. Like it's been phenomenal.
Awesome. But can you tell us a bit of what you offer to those people? Like,
Yeah.
you do coaching and mentoring. Like, what can you offer to the community and these people needing that kind of mentorship?
Absolutely. So I really enjoy helping people that were in similar situations with me. They're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they want to either supplement their income or just replace their job altogether. Right. So I've worked with many people that are depending on their goals and try to reach those goals, so they can have more time for their family, so they can go to vacations. Like me and my wife and the family were going to Cancun for 2 weeks here in
Mhm.
a little bit. So I have the ability to do that, which before I didn't. So basically, what I do is I get people plugged in the same system I was plugged into, and then I
Mhm.
help them along the way. Like there's a lot of hand holding, and let's do this deal together. Let's partner on it. Because I find
Okay.
that the more people that I help, the more deals I get. So
Yeah.
it's a massive win-win scenario, and that's why I call my main company I operate in is Challenge Solver. Whatever that challenge is, whether that challenge is going to be, you need to sell a house quickly. Let me do that. You need to change your lifestyle to get a better, more income. Let's do that.
Mhm.
Let's solve those challenges.
Awesome. I love that because for me, if there's a problem, there's always a solution. You just
Exactly.
have
Yeah.
to find that solution, right? And for you,
Exactly.
it's like a challenge that really has to be solved. So
Yes.
for me, that sounds fun. for
Yeah.
people who love challenges.
Well,
So,
yeah, and the
yes,
cool thing is, it's every deal is like a puzzle for me, and it's so much fun.
uh-huh.
Um, and like because I started at Walmart, so I didn't have expended like extra income to invest in real estate. Real estate,
Mhm.
hundreds of thousands of dollars to do something, and it's just like, I mean, I'm working, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, so I learned how to do it without using any of my money. I mean, it takes money to do real estate, but it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
your money, right? So it's just a matter of getting that knowledge, and to
Mhm.
figure out how to put things together, how to structure it, how to find the win here, the win there, and so we're all winning. And learning those steps really been able, I think, I mean, in this last 18 months, I've done well over 20 transactions, but
Wow.
I think I probably spent on my own personal money $3,000 and that was one of those transactions. That was actually the money partner for someone else. But yeah, it's been amazing what you can do if you just have the knowledge and the resources to get you there. It's pretty amazing.
I see. For those who doesn't have those hundreds of thousands of dollars, there
Right.
are ways,
Oh
right? There
yeah,
are ways.
tons of
So,
ways. Absolutely.
yeah, we do have a question here. Here's a comment from someone who's watching us right now. It's from Mark, and he's saying, "Hi, Jared. What is the best real estate investment strategy for you?"
That's a
Okay.
great question, because there are like infinite ways to make money in real estate. So there are two types of income in real estate. There's the
Okay.
massive and
Mhm.
passive. Okay. So the massive is like fix and flips, wholesaling. You do something big to one property, then you get a big check in the end. That's massive. Then the
Mhm.
passive side of things, that's where you basically buy a property as a rental typically, and you're getting monthly income for it. It's not as big as the massive, but it's consistent passive
Yeah,
income. So
there's consistency. Yeah. Mhm.
exactly. So I do both, and so my massive strategy is what's called wholesaling, and so
Okay.
basically what that is, I get a property under contract. So now
Mhm.
I find someone that needs to sell the property. They're having some sort of difficulties or whatever. I negotiate the deal with them. So I get under contract. Then I take that piece of paper and I sell it to someone else that wants to do a flip. And then I get oh my
No
my
problem. Hi.
little child. Let's say hi. Say hi.
Yes, we'd love to say
Oh,
hi.
she's
Hello.
not in the mood. Sweetie pie, you need this. Okay, we'll get a rain show. So sorry, guys.
No problem.
Yeah,
That's the
okay.
amazing
You
part
need,
of it.
you need to go with your sister right now. Okay. Oh my goodness.
No
Sweet.
problem. No
She's
worries.
time for a nap. So give me 1 second. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Sure, no problem. All right. OceanClick is a family-friendly company, so obviously we have no problems when um, we our family not interferes but
Sorry,
joins.
guys.
No problem. I mean, we love kids. I have three kids myself, and that has happened to me a lot.
Yeah.
So no worries.
And that's another cool. That's another main reason why I did that, because she was the one that my wife got pregnant with. My 4-year-old, where made the whole change. So I'm
Uh-huh.
able to work at
She's the
home.
inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm able to do whatever. Time frames are pretty amazing. But to get back to that question, so then I take that contract and I sell it to someone else for 10 grand. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
selling paper for 10, 20, 30 grand. And that's my math. That's my favorite massive strategy. And passive is short-term rentals, which is like Airbnbs. So
Yes.
I have 10 Airbnbs right now. I'm looking to get 10 more in the next few
Mhm.
months. And so
Wow.
it's getting a ton of income.
Awesome. So there you have it, Mark. Those are the top two strategies that Jared uses. And so hope you learned something from that. We have another question from Sydney. Hi, Jared. Can I begin investing in real estate with no money? I believe you said that's possible, right?
100% yes. Like I said, in the last 20 transactions, I probably spent $3,000 out of my pocket and made a
Not
lot of money
hundreds.
making those. So it's pretty awesome.
All right. So I do want to ask, can you tell us a little bit on how you grew your company like Challenge Solver? Because you
Mhm.
did say you were working paycheck to paycheck for 12 years, but then you had that inspiring moment. And then how did you grow from there? Like,
It was a lot of work. I mean, it was.
Mhm.
I'm a big believer in net time. That's no extra time. So
Okay.
when I first started, I didn't know anything about real estate. So I was able to get classes and all stuff online, which I connected to the community. And so
Mm-hmm.
I would like literally like every single second I got, I was educating myself. So whether
Mm-hmm.
that's book on tape, whether that was, and it was mostly audible because I could still do other things as I'm listening and getting smarter and educating myself in certain areas. So that was a big thing for me because when I'm working 60, 70 hours, still have a family, still had responsibilities. In fact, I think I was going to school at that time. So on the side as
Wow.
well. So like, I just didn't sleep, So, but
I
net time was a huge thing for me. It's just listening to things like again and again, repetitive, and then taking action. That's the biggest thing. I've seen so many new investors or wannabe investors. They want to do
Mhm.
wholesale, they want to do whatever, right? Fix and flips, but they get analysis paralysis, what they call, and so they just get into their head and don't take any
Yeah.
action. Taking
Yeah.
massive action, always operating on net time, even time and sitting in the john in the toilet. I'm doing something, right? You got to do something to
Exactly.
continue. Uh, you can do a lot of things if you include no extra time, net time.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing mindset. So, we have a question here asking, as a mentor, this is from Bianca, and she's
Mhm.
saying, "Hi, Jared. As a mentor, what advice can you give to those who are new in real estate investing?" So, I guess you've
That's a
been
great
asked
question.
this question many times, right?
Yes. That's a great question, and for me, the biggest source of success was building incredible network.
Mm-hmm.
So getting with someone that to mentor you, first of all, right, and getting educated, right, because you can make so much money in real estate, but guess what? You can lose a lot of money in real estate too. Like the
Yeah.
the ceilings, as far as how much you make, is there's no
Yeah.
ceiling, but there's no ground how much you can lose too. So
Oh,
especially when you lose money that's not yours, that's even worse. So you have to make sure
true.
you get educated, get people around you that know what they're doing, and take action. That like I mentioned before, a lot of newbies they don't take action. So you gotta start doing something.
Educate yourself and then take
Educate.
action.
Exactly. That's 100% right. Yep.
Awesome. Oh, and Cindy is saying hi. We got a message from Cindy. All right, thanks, Cindy.
I love Cindy. She's
We have another question here from Selena. What was the best experience that you had being a real estate investor? Best experience.
the best experience. Um, Probably. Gosh, there's so many. I mean, getting a check for $60,000 on something I worked on 20 hours is pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Uh, but probably the best experience would have been me quitting my job. I mean, I know it's not necessarily related to real estate, but it is.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of real estate, I was able to do it. It was so terrifying. I mean, imagine I'm the main breadwinner in my household. So
Yeah.
when you're looking at like, if this doesn't succeed, my family's going hungry. Like I'm gonna have to be doing, all sort. Who knows what's gonna happen, right? So,
Yeah.
but getting my side gig to be so big enough that surpassed my income from my regular job. It
Mhm.
was an amazing day to go to my boss and tell my boss, sat him in the office and said, "You're fired." And then I fired my boss, right? Said I'm quitting. And like because I said it was like that, like, I love this place. I've been here 12 years, but you're fired. And like, what do you mean? Like, oh wait, I fire you as my boss. That's what I mean to say.
Well, good thing that your boss reacted like I hope
Well,
you're
we have
still
always had a
right.
good relationship with people, so they took it with they laughed about it too, but sad to see me go. But yeah, I mean, what are they gonna do? Fire me? I quit. No, you're fired. Okay, sure, deal.
I see. All right. Okay, we have another question here. Oh, this one's interesting. This is from Christoph. He's asking, what is the worst mistake a real estate investor can do? Hmm.
Hmm. The worst mistake a real estate investor can do is let emotion get involved. So
Okay.
this happens a ton, especially with newbies, and I've even seen seasoned people, and I catch myself almost getting to that point a lot of times. So I'm always aware of this. A lot of times we see something and we work so hard to get a deal, but the numbers just don't work. It's just like, oh man, I'm only going to make 5,000. If anything happens, I'm going to be screwed. Like, well, but then you start getting emotionally involved and you start convincing yourself, oh, well, I mean, I think I can get the, I think I can, do the rehab a little bit less. Oh, I think I
Mhm.
can sell it for a little bit more. And you start convincing yourself if this bad deal is actually a good deal. And that's when
Mhm.
emotion gets involved because they get so attached to it because they've
Yeah,
talked to the seller for so long and they're trying to negotiate back and forth. And this has been like their first potential deal and it might actually work. And so they get so much emotion into it that that's how they lose money because
I see.
sometimes the best deal that the investor sees is the one they pass. The best deal is the one you pass on. Like that's the best
Mhm.
choice sometimes. Does that make sense? You
Yeah,
know,
it does. It does because sometimes it's just the deal
it's
is just not worth
yeah.
it. So
I mean, and you're gonna get more bad deals, quote unquote, and I say deals in parentheses, but bad deals than good deals. So you got to know how to sort them out and check your own emotions to know if it's a good or bad deal.
yeah, I see. I see. Okay, so you have to be level-headed as well.
Exactly. Just
When
let the numbers do the talking. Set your like I'm not gonna do a fix and flip unless I make $30,000. That's my minimum. And then like, oh, this is only making 25. Okay, pass next. Like
I see.
you got to set your numbers and then screw motion and just let it go.
Okay.
Easier,
Numbers,
easier said
level-headed.
than done, right?
Right. Awesome. Okay. Another question from Kinoa. Hi, Jared. I am curious. How many properties do you own now, and how do you manage them? Okay, she's
Great
curious.
question. I have 10 active short-term rentals, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I manage them myself. They're actually been so I learned about Airbnbs, so short-term rentals, where they're paying like nightly stays.
Yes.
So I learned about this through my instructor, one of my mentors, and if as long as you write the listing, like it's a lot of work to begin with, but once it's
Mm-hmm.
listed up, I mean, once it's done, I imagine myself. I mean, I probably answer out of all 10 listings, answered maybe 2 text messages on my phone, and then that's all my work for the day. You know,
Wow.
yes, occasionally there's like a fire or something, not necessarily a fire, but I don't know, like the water goes out or something. Something weird happens, you have to kind of take care. But that's like once a month, something weird happens out of the 10 units. So I'm answering a few questions on my phone, putting out 1 or 2
Mm-hmm.
fires a month, and I'm getting the income. So it's
And
pretty
then
awesome.
it just keeps coming.
It just keeps on
Amazing.
coming. It just keeps on coming every single month. So pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing.
It,
And I think we missed a question earlier from Cleo. She wanted to ask, what do I need to do before getting into real estate investing? So maybe like,
Great question. So,
yeah.
and that's something we touched on a little bit, but it's mostly just getting educated, right? But again, people can get in that cycle. So get educated. First of all, you probably should just contact me and I'll get you set up. But get educated, know what you're doing. And the thing is, on YouTube, if you can go to YouTube and find all sorts of information, but I can't tell you how many times I've seen because I'm always like in social media looking at real estate groups. Someone says, "Oh, hey, I've done my first deal. I'm so excited!" Like, awesome, good for you. Then 2 weeks later, they're selling a course to do real estate to teach people how to do real estate. Like, wait, you just did your first one. Now you're teaching other people how to do it. Like, you don't know what you're doing. You got lucky one time, and then you want to teach someone else. So what I mean by that is be cautious of like the YouTube stuff and bigger pockets, those Reddits. You can find a lot of solid, good information, but you
Mhm.
have to be careful on where you're getting it from. So I mean,
Yeah.
find
I,
someone that's doing not just saying right what you want to
yes.
get into, and then they can really guide help you along the way.
Someone who has walked the talk, right?
Exactly. Yeah, not just did 1 or 2. Like if I'm learning from
Exactly.
someone, I want to learn someone that's done 100. You know,
Exactly. That's a very good advice. Thank you for that. And yeah, another question is what makes from Kaz Zaya Bell, what makes a good real estate investor and mentor?
uh, being what makes a good real estate investor. A good real estate investor is seeing opportunities.
Mm.
So there's so many times where deals have been people passed on so many deals because the numbers weren't right or whatever. But having all the tools, like maybe we can do a lease option on this one, or we can do subject to, or we can do, there's so many different ways to structure a deal. So I think having a wide knowledge and experience in how to structure a deal makes a
Mhm.
good investor. So taking an average deal and turning it
Mhm.
into a home run, right?
Okay.
So that makes a good investor, is like having all those tools. If you just have one way to, like, all I do is fix and flips, I do hard money, then I do prime money, and that's it. And you'll be fine, but you'd be a lot better if you knew how to do this, and this. Then when the situation arises, you can make it even a good deal, like an amazing deal.
Yeah, it's just putting all the puzzles together.
Right.
Challenge solver. There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as far as a mentor goes, I mean, if you're ever looking for a mentor, you always want to. People will call me like, "Hey, Jared, I want you to mentor me." Like, okay, well, when you're looking for someone to help you, you're like, okay, how can I help you grow? You know what I mean? So, um, providing value to someone else is when they'll give you value as well, right? But I look forward to help any and everyone that wants to across the nation too. We want to get people up and running and get them doing their own real estate transactions. We
Yeah,
have,
because it has been your experience, right?
yeah, exactly. Like we have, so me and my community, we have like weekly workshops, and we
Hmm.
actually have like house tours where you can go see, and this is virtual too. So if you're not, like, I'm here in Utah, so if you're not
Yeah.
local in Utah, you can if you California, wherever, and you want to see a fix and flip, how they found it, how they structured it. We do weekly house tours and everything. It's pretty amazing.
Awesome. So one last question we have here. Do you hold coaching sessions
Right. So
aside
I mean,
from those tours? Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, we'll do one-on-ones,
Okay.
and most of my one-on-ones is kind of like, okay, so where are you at right now? Where do you want to be? All right. So what planning do we need to do to get you to the point where you want to be? If your point wants to be I want to quit my job in X amount of time. In the 1 year, I'll be just like you, Jared. I want to quit. Cool. All right. So you need to get how much income, how many houses you have to get, and what do you have to learn to get to that point, and how long is that going to take you? So we can do like strategy plan. So long story short, yes, we do one-on-ones and try to get you set up for success.
So what I'm hearing is that if they do want to go into real estate
Yeah,
investing, they need to be educated, which means they need to get a coach like
yeah,
you.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now if I didn't do the exact same thing. Is to find people that have done hundreds of transactions in the
Yes.
strategy I'm looking for, and to learn how to do it, and getting help along the way, being connected
Mhm.
to a community, having the network. I mean,
Yes.
it's surround yourself with people that are better, that are doing more things than you, right? If you surround, like the old saying goes, if you're around uh, four people that are broke, you're going to be the fifth one that's broke.
Yeah,
It's the same
true.
thing. If you hang around with four of the people that are rich, that are being successful, that are doing stuff, you're going to be the fifth. So it's all about
Definitely.
where your network is.
Surrounded with people with that kind of mindset also
Yes.
elevates you and your mindset, and you grow with them, with the people around you.
Right. Exactly.
So there you go. So my next question would be, we are, of course, OceanClick has been part of your journey. So
Yeah.
what made you decide to get a VA?
So there was a it's managing your time, right?
Yeah.
So time is probably the most valuable thing that we have, and the thing is, like, we're in society where we're exchanging time for money, which should be the reverse, right? We should be paying money to get more time back, and that's what I'm doing with
Yeah.
a VA. Because I was given my every hour $20 an hour for them to take an hour, and I can't go to my boss and say, hey, here's $20, I want an hour back. He's gonna look at me like I'm crazy, right? So
True.
so using a VA and other systems where I can save myself more time has been a
Mhm.
tremendous help. I mean, I've had you guys make phone calls for me. I had you guys, and now you're managing my social media, which has been a tremendous help. Because if you look, I'm gonna move my camera a little bit, but if you look at my wall of deals,
Wow. Okay. Oh,
so
wow.
this is just the
Okay.
last 18 months. Okay, I
Amazing.
move my computer, so it's not so pretty, but I would say 40% of those, or maybe even 50, have been from have been from social media. So
Mhm.
whether that's people saying, "Hey, I know someone needs to sell their house," or "Hey, Jared, I've seen yourself doing you're in real estate. I need to sell my house quickly. Can you help me? I'm like, yes, absolutely, love to help you. Or along the lines like, hey, I have a place to rent. I know you're in
Mhm.
short-term rentals, having a partner. There's so many, and so many different scenarios where social media has made me a crap ton of money, just by having and I call it attraction marketing. It's just putting myself out there, letting people
Yeah.
know what I do, and stuff comes to you. It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Staying top of mind for all these people, they know who you are, they know what you do, you're on social media, you're visible, so they know who
Right.
to go to when they
Exactly.
do have properties that they want sold or want to buy properties themselves. So
Right. Exactly.
awesome. So may I ask what aspect or like what characteristics of a VA service you
hmm
think is crucial to your business?
Um, being too adaptable. I think that's a good one, and that's something I found that Ocean Click's been very helpful in that. So uh, I've changed my strategies, like how I want my social media, how I want to try to attract leads and things like that.
Mhm.
Uh, Many ways, and I changed my strategy as far as like how I want my social media, how my brand wants to be presented, right? And so
Mhm.
I think being able to change things, because sometimes people get into a box, like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm managing social media and I'm going to do the X, Y, and Z things. And then when someone tries to change, like, well, no, this is how we do it, that's harmful, right? And
True.
that box may be great for one industry or for
Mhm.
one person, but for me, how I want to build my brand and how I want to do certain things, you need to be adaptable to that. And you guys have been great as far as that. Cindy has been just amazing. She's like my favorite person in your team. Um, but absolutely, just like and accepting feedback and like I didn't like this type of you know uh, post. Let's do something a little different, like X, Y, and Z. And so yeah, adaptability. Long story short.
Adaptability. Awesome. So we will definitely take note of that. In fact, what we're doing is we're trying to make sure that we are always updating our our training modules because social
Mhm.
media, it's a very fast changing platforms, all of this social
Oh yeah,
media out there, right? So we're always trying to make sure that every week we learn something new because the next month they have something different, they have
yeah.
updates, so there's a lot of strategies there. So we'll try our best to be adaptable and always always learning something new. So I want to know, what is your long-term vision for your
Mhm.
company, for
Yeah.
you as investor, and for challenge solver?
That's a great question. So by the end of the year, I want to have additional, 10 more units. I want to have 20 units by the end of
Mhm.
2021. No,
Okay.
actually, I should have 21 because in 21. Why would I stop at 20? That's just silly. Yeah. So
Sure.
I just add an extra one on there, sure, because definitely. Uh, so the idea is to have so much passive income um,
Mm-hmm.
where I can buy a property once a month, right, in cash, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
what I want to do, right? Where it's just a machine that's going to be growing, 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 and I'm using VAs and other systems to make things as I expand that I can scale. And so that's what I want to do is just get to the point where I'm buying one property a month, and it's like, okay, you know what? Now I'm doing two a month. Now it's one a week, once a week. Buying a new property, and it's everything's scalable, so it's pretty amazing.
And it's always fun working with you because you make it fun. Like you're like, okay, my next goal is have 10 more, and then no, wait, it's 2021. Let's do it 21. So why not, right?
Right, exactly.
All right. So, as you know, it's OceanClick is celebrating our first anniversary next month. So
Mm.
that's why we're doing this actually, and we do want to ask if you have any message for OceanClick and the team that's working with you.
Well, first off, congratulations on the 1 year anniversary or birthday, whatever it is. Uh,
Thank you.
and that's exciting. Exciting. I think you guys have been done great. Thank you for all your hard work and creating memes for me and doing everything like that. I appreciate it. It's been I could have been I'm very particular how I want things, and so you guys have been amazing. I appreciate your hard work.
Thank you so much, Jared. And of course, guys, if you want to follow Jared, he's on Facebook, he's on Instagram. Just search for his name, Jared Brenchley.
Oh,
And yep.
you're missing an E in my last name, by the way. Follow Jared.
Oh,
There's
yeah, true. That's true.
LEY
That's
at
true.
the
And
end.
EY.
Yeah,
Yeah, this one. This one.
there
That's
you
the
are.
one.
That's it.
Ah,
There we go.
there you go. That's the one. And of course, we're inviting everyone to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and even TikTok. We are OceanClick VS. And we're also on LinkedIn. That's OceanClick Virtual Solutions. And for those who want to follow us on YouTube, we are OceanClick TV. So, once again, Jared, thank you so much for spending time, for accepting our invitation for today and sharing your thoughts and answering all those questions that we got in our comment section.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. Thanks for having
All
me.
right. Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone has a great day.